Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Kyoto wins. And, okay, so we are in chapter 5, and we are in Saito's route. I mean, we already knew that. We knew we had full romance with him, so, like, we were like, we knew that was going to happen. But it is. Chapter 5 is when you get into the person's route. Because, like, when you save, it's got their little picture. So you know. Because I checked after I played the last part. I'm like, well, I'm going to save it, and I'll see if it shows, like, the generic picture of our character or if it shows his. And it shows his, so that's awesome. And I did double check. I'm like, let me look up. I'm like, let me just go onto. Okay. I went into a guide. I have no idea what the choices are for this route, but I just kind of wanted to look. So I looked at any other route. I didn't even actually look at what the route was. I just went, okay, 1, 2, chapter 1, 2, blah, blah, blah. And I saw chapter 5. Okay, that's it. So this is it. This is the end. I don't know how long it's going to take. Each chapter has been a couple of hours so far, if you think about it, because we've done, 12 parts? We've done 4 chapters. That's about 3 hours a piece. What are you doing, Burb? So this could be like 3 hours. It could be a little bit longer. We'll find out. But what we'll do is get whatever ending we get, and then we'll use a guide to get the other endings. I have a feeling that since we have the high romance, unless we choose something completely wrong to get a bad ending, I have a feeling we'll get the good ending. Because from what I understand, I think you have to have like low romance in order to get like the 2 kind of baddish endings. Again, it's possible though, with the bad ending, it's a choice. You know, where it comes down to like choose A or choose B, and if you choose B, you fuck it up. I don't know. We'll find out. And then we'll do obviously the other 2 endings, whatever ending we don't get. So we'll do finish Saito's path. This could be anywhere between 3 to 5 parts left. And here's the thing. I need to record like more than just this. So I know I was like, leave your votes for like the next guy you want to see, blah blah blah. I said it early on. But you guys haven't even seen any of this at this point, and you are not going to see even the beginning of the next route probably before I start on it. Before Hakuoki even posts. Right. So I'm just like, maybe you might see those parts, but I don't know where I'm going to be. So I might have to start recording that route before you guys leave any kind of feedback. Because I think I might have asked you guys to leave comments like in the second or third part, like right off of the bat. So we might get there before, because what I've been doing is I'll record like Hakuoki. I've been playing. I have not recorded any other game. All of our other games are done. Nameless is done, and I've finished recording. I finished Future Blessings a long time ago. I finished Bad Apple Wars. I finished all of those before I even started this, because I wanted to give you guys time with the vote to get anything in. But so far, for the last few days, it was like the first day or 2 that was up, people left comments. Nobody's left anything since, so we're just going with what's on there. So I think I already know our other 2 games, but I waited. I'm like, let me just finish all of our other games up before I start this one. I already knew this one was coming. And then I still have not recorded any of those other ones, and they will be going up roughly around the same time, because all the other games are ending at the same time in this one. I think next week Bad Apple Wars ends, and then the week after that Nameless ends. So it's like, it's like a trickle effect. But anyway, so what I've been doing with games is, okay, like this. I'm recording all of Saito's route. I'm playing Hakuoki. I'm just playing all this. Every game I play, every night when I play for a couple hours, this is what we play. When I'm done with this route, then I go play a different game. I'll play with whatever one of our other games, and I'll play some of that. And then and that's what I do. Like, it's going to be hard because when you're starting a game, it takes usually longer. But I was doing that at the end. I was like, okay, I'm going to play this route in Nameless. And then when that's done, I'm going to take a break from Nameless. I'm going to go and I'm going to play all of this route so that I don't forget what the hell I'm doing. Because I can't do 3 different games in a day. I mean, I could, but I get involved in these. But then it's weird to be like, okay, I play this for a couple of days, and then I go and I play something else, blah, blah, and then I come back to this, and I'm like, what the fuck do we do? I can't even remember half the time, like, what the hell did we do when I recorded it yesterday? Okay. Sometimes I record, and I'm like, I don't remember what just happened, and I literally recorded it, and I ended the part 5 minutes before I recorded the next one. I don't know if I can remember. So it's better for me. Like I get involved in thing and I can kind of remember a little bit better and I don't feel like where the hell was I? Um so there is a chance that the next path that we do in this, they'll all have had a while. You guys will have started to see Hakuoki and left some feedback. If not, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, just in case. But we'll see what you guys think. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. When I start that path, I'll let you know. Like, okay, so I'm starting this, and you guys haven't seen anything, or this is what we're doing and why we're doing it, and you know those things. So anyway, I just wanted to fill you in on that because I realized last night after I finished recording the last part, I was thinking about it. I'm like, crap, we're in chapter 5, and that's it. So it's really not because it's half a game. So I hate to say that, but because there is a lot of gameplay in it, because there's a lot of paths you can go down, there's a lot of routes, there's a lot of dudes. But like, what the fuck? Oh, and here's the thing. So Ryoma, right? We're like, how the fuck do you get? He's dead. Like, I don't understand. Because so I was looking, I was curious, and I was like, we're gonna use a guide when we get to his route, but I'm like, how the fuck do we even get on this path? So I'm skimming some of them, and it'll tell you like some of those other guys, like, oh, they show up in this chapter, so you can skip to this chapter if you've already played through the game, and like get to where they are. Because I guess when you use that record of service, like record of service, eventually you'll be able to be. I'm gonna start at this chapter. I want to start here, from what I understand. So cool. And then it tells you, because like if it's where like for a character like Ryoma, you meet him in chapter 2, I think it said. Um, and apparently saying like, "Yeah, I'd love your help." Well, that just fucked everything up. We should have said no, and then we could have ended up in his path. Oh my god, I killed him by saying yes. It's kind of funny actually. I was like, shit, because I was like, he's fucking dead, and we technically have quote unquote never fucking met him. So what the balls? But apparently, in order to get on his path or even be able to do it, you're supposed to say like, "Yeah, no, I'm good," and not accept his help. Interesting. So there you go. I mean, so there is going to be a lot of different replay value. There might be a lot of different scenes. There's going to be a lot of different things. So that's good. It's just weird when you're going down the first path and you're like, okay, so like 15 parts in, we're going to be done. Like they usually last, like usually takes a lot longer to get through the first route, and then the other ones are you skip. But like this is like you got 4 common chapters. You got one, which we're on his path, but I'm going to guarantee you this is a common motherfucking chapter. This is going to happen in everything. So I guess we'll see what happens, but I still don't think I mean, I'm still banking that we're going to get, you know, around the same amount of parts as we did with Code Relays. So, but I guess the thing that's exciting is maybe Edo Blossoms is longer than Future Blessings was. Cause I'm like, if I like had to, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is half a game. So the other half of the game is like, there should be at least a couple of chapters. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so that was just my thing of we're at least in Saito's route. We know we got it. We're probably going to get the good ending. And then I guess normally I'm like, it'd be kind of more fun to not do the guide and like make choices, but I kind of want to make sure we get on certain people's routes. And I think it'd be too hard to do it without the guide. So we'll use a guide. Um, and we'll see how timing works out. If I have to start on another path before you guys leave feedback, I might start on Heisuke's route first because he's kind of like the one of the few people that really, I mean, he seems like a cool person, but I don't have that much of like, I don't really feel anything. But I am curious as to how it works out if he still ends up becoming a Fury if we go down his route, if anything, how that changes. I'm assuming it doesn't. You know what I mean? Because like that would be too much changing in the scheme of the game. But I'm curious enough about it that I want to try that and see what happens. You know what I mean? So, and just to maybe get that route out of the way, because I'm like, I don't want to do like all the best ones. And then at the end, we're like, I don't care about this route. I kind of want to throw in some that maybe I don't care about as much. So that's just what I was thinking, kind of get that one out of the way, because it's a no offense to Heisuke and Shinpache, but they're the two that like, meh, eh. Oh, so Yamazaki too. Like I'm like, he seems okay, but like, those three are like, meh. If we didn't play them at all, I probably wouldn't be sad, but obviously we're going to because we do completionist, and you never know, they could be really good. But that I kind of do, I think, want to throw in an earlier one of one that like maybe we don't want to, we don't care about as much. To kind of get it out of the way, and then we'll do one that we really, really, really want to see, and then maybe we'll throw in another one we don't care about. You know what I mean? Sprinkle them in to get them over with so that the end isn't just, well, nobody likes these ones. We don't care about these ones. So, but again, we'll see timing-wise. Anyway. I don't know how much time had passed, so after wasting 10 minutes of our time, but... Ah! Felt a hand on my shoulder. Ah! Oh. Are you alright, Yukimura? You look down. Oh, in a way. Are you worried? Yes. I was saying that, and she's like, yes. I know they're soldiers. They've been in danger before, but this is different. There's all those guns out there, and a cannon. I'm scared some of them might not come back. Some of them are not coming back. I can just guarantee you that. Just the way this game is like okay with killing people. We killed Ryoma, and we don't even met him. Technically never met him. You don't need to worry. They'll be back. In body bags. No, I'm just kidding. What? You really think so? I know so. A samurai never goes back on his word, no matter what happens. Nagakura and Shimada knew that when they volunteered for this mission. That sort of honor is a rare thing these days, but they have it. So does Saito. Oh, he's the one I'm most worried about, but I know he's going to come back to me. A samurai, no, a man, would never do anything to make a girl sad. And those men are true samurai. Trust them to make it back to you. Oh my god, reverse hair up. That's too many men for me to handle. I can't. That's too much. You don't need to worry about them. His words helped to calm my doubts. It was natural of me to worry, but I'd forgotten they were all talented, intelligent men, capable of forging their own destinies, not frightened boys sent off to war and subject to the whims of fate. Courage in the face of death was a true samurai's greatest asset, and they had courage aplenty. You're right. I believe in them. They'll come back safely. The words were only just out of my mouth when Yamazaki ran into the magistrate's office, his face drawn. Is something wrong, Yamazaki? He's like, they're all dead! You just lied to me! Like, is something wrong, Yamazaki? The men they've got guarding their headquarters are all armed with rifles. We'd have gotten shot before we even got close. There's nothing we could do. I see. That's not good. If most of their forces are riflemen, then they should have trouble aiming at after the sun sets. After the sun sets? Do you mean... He nodded solemnly. Going to have to deploy the Fury Corps. It does look like that's our only choice. We need to tell Sanan and Toto. Yamazaki... Oh, I was reading it in Sanan. We need to tell Sanan and Toto. I just see them. Yamazaki, please come with me. Yes, sir. I can't quite get his voice. I wanted him to have like a deeper but like quiet voice, but then I talk too quietly and I don't know if you can hear it when so it's like, it's become awkward now. Sometime later, the Fury Corps moved out under Sanan's command. They did have strength far beyond any humans. Perhaps they would be able to turn the tables. So, why don't I feel relieved? Something still felt wrong. This battle was unlike anything I'd experienced before, and my mind was still racing to catch up. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know about her, but if I were in the middle of a battle, it'd be like anything I've ever experienced before because I've never been in the middle of war, nor do I want to ever be. Just saying. I'm just thinking, like, how many wars have you been in? Okay, she's been in a lot of battles, technically, since she's, you know, hitched her saddle to these dudes, so, I mean. But yeah, this is like fucking full scale. This is like not, woohoo, we just busted in this inn. This is like, woo, they got people coming from the left and the right and fucking upside down, and like, they're coming from the upside down, and that's the shit you worry about. I felt as if I was missing something important, but what? A gunshot sounded from the entrance. That was quite a few. Our men would have had no reason to fire, which means it had to be... Uh-oh. The main body of the Shinsengumi has gone off to fight somewhere else. Commander says now's our chance to attack the magistrate's office. Let's go! Only moments after the soldier's voice reached me, Yamazaki ran into the room, his eyes wide. He looks crazed. He's like, he can't handle this. In a way, we have to do something. If we could get just one division to come back. But who can go fetch them?
We can't leave the magistrate's office unguarded.
I'll go. You can... Inoue shook his head.
No, I can't let you go. I hate to admit it, but I can't hold them off on my own.
That's true, but... Oh god, they're gonna look at me. I was already over here kind of slowly raising my hand like, I'll go. Yamazaki frowned and began pacing back and forth. I'm just hiding in the corner like, nobody see me, I don't want to go out there, nobody see me. Gah! Once again, the deafening thunder of the cannon shook the magistrate's office. If the bombardment continued, we were surely done for. I'll do it. I'll deliver the message.
No, it's too dangerous.
I know I'm no good in a fight. I mean, I can barely protect myself, and it'd be difficult for me to take down a warrior from the Satsuma or Choshu, but I think I could probably make it to Gokonomiya. That. I can't. I have to stop and pause and say it anyway. Ryun Temple without being discovered. And I was a demon after all. If I was wounded, it would heal quickly. In fact, I could probably take 1 or 2 bullets and not die. And if one of you leaves, we won't have any hope of mounting a defense when the Satsuma attack. But if I go, you'll still be at full strength. I wouldn't be fighting anyway, even if I did stay here. That's true. There's no one else we can afford to send anyway. Inoue seemed torn, but it took him only a moment to make up his mind. He wasn't happy about it, but we all knew there was no time to waste.
Very well. Go then.
Right. Go. No. Mia. Kokonomiya. Kokonomiya. That's a long-ass word. It takes a minute, okay?
Will be too dangerous, though. Head for Ryun Temple and try to find Saito.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna...
I want you to explain the situation to him and ask him to return immediately. Got that?
Yes, sir. I can totally hone in on that motherfucker. I got like a tracking chip on him. I got it. We'll try and draw the attention of the Satsuma nearby. You should be able to slip out the back. Right. Thank you. If we can take this place, the Shinsengumi's dead. Let's go.
They won't get a single man in here. We'll see to that.
The gun's useless if it can't hit anything. Let's see how they handle some real fighting. Aw. I said a silent prayer of thanks and protection for Inoue and Yamazaki, and ran for the back door. Yeah, we're gonna walk down the path. No, bitch, in the woods. I ran through the darkened forest, the stars and little light down beneath the canopy. I ran through the darkened forest, the stars and little light down beneath the canopy. I feel like we're missing something in that sentence, right? The night was thick and black, and I could barely see, but fear would have to wait. I had no time. I could hear the cannon firing again and again in the darkness. There had to be fighting going on nearby, although I couldn't see it. I hoped fervently that everyone was safe, if I could just make it in time. Oh! I felt someone nearby and slowed to a halt. All around me were men wearing the blue jackets of the Shinsengumi, grimacing in pain. It wasn't just a few of them. They'd gathered together in groups, spread out through this part of the forest. At the center... No, okay, he's okay. Saito stood, sword in hand, his chest heaving. What was going on? I'd never before seen him so... tired. Intriguing. Your skill's impressive. You're only human, and yet you can hold your own against a demon. Well, I mean, that bodes well for us. I mean, not in the sword fight, but in the, we don't want to break him, but... Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm so not. Beyond Saito stood Amagiri, the demon. Oh. I stepped back and a twig snapped beneath my foot. Slowly, deliberately, Amagiri's gaze turned toward me. God, why are we so derpy? Can we, kick his ass and not realize that we have this magic power? You. What are you doing here? Have you stayed with these men even as Kyoto turns into a battlefield? I chose to ignore Amagiri and turn instead to Saito. Huh. I know that you're in the middle of something, but you gotta go back. I'll take this motherfucker. I'm a demon. I'll figure it out. Saito, there's trouble. The Satsuma are attacking the Fushimi Magistrate's office. What? You have to call off the attack on Ryun Temple and rush back to the Magistrate's office right away. I see. He inclined his head slightly in acknowledgement, turned back to Amagiri, his eyes blue slits. No time to waste then. The moment the last word was out of his mouth, he leapt forward with tremendous speed, and his sword flickered through the air, heading straight for Amagiri. Huh! At first, I didn't believe what I was seeing. Amagiri had caught the incoming blade with his bare hands and flung it aside. Then, in the same movement, he made to chop his hand into Saito's unguarded side. No. He deflected Amagiri's blow with his left arm and struck again with his sword. Gah! He dodged to the side, avoiding the sword thrust, but Saito took that split-second opening to launch another attack, driving Amagiri back. He's fighting for us. He's like, I'm going to show you what I'm made of. That's my shit. I'm just saying. And you're like, I mean, it's impressive. I'm impressed. You could literally, like, just blink at me and I'd be impressed. So, I mean, this is, I'm just saying. I'm easily impressed by you boys, so. His steel shimmered in the night, leaping through the air and snaking its way through Amagiri's defenses to strike at his vitals. Look at those eyes. Are they waiting for me to click? Oh, I was like, are you waiting for me to click? I'm too busy staring into those eyes. Like, what? Gah! The very tip of Saito's sword slid across Amagiri's cheek, and a thin line of blood trickled down his face. Intriguing. Thought I understood fully that you were an able man. But nonetheless, this is surprising. I don't remember his voice, so it's okay. I never thought a human would be able to hold his own against me. You're a warrior of legendary skill, Saito. I doubt there are many demons who could fight toe-to-toe with you. You overestimate me. I'm merely a samurai, and one of little note. Oh my god, you're so adorable. Sweetie, you're fucking amazing. Girl, just always remember you're amazing. He paused a moment to wipe sweat beading off of his forehead. Unfortunately, though your skill is impressive, your strength is still only human. I shall show you just how limited you are by your mortal shell. No, don't you hurt him! What I saw then I could scarcely believe. Look at his... Oh my god. Do I have horns? I don't want to have horns, guys. I don't. On Amagiri's forehead, horns appeared. Great white things like what you might see in old books or paintings. Great white things. No, they're tiny. They look like little... His hair turned white like that of a fury, and his eyes began to glow with a strange, otherworldly light. When he spoke, his voice rumbled with a terrible power. Never before have I shown this, my true self, to a human. But you, Saito, are a human opponent I can respect. You deserve, nay, demand, that I fight you with everything at my disposal. It's always these two, isn't it? Then he leapt towards Saito like a bullet from a gun, closing the distance between them in the blink of an eye. He was far, far faster than he had been a moment before. Saito did his best to keep up with Amagiri's blows, but he seemed slower now. Oh, Saito wasn't slower. Amagiri was just too fast for him. Is this really the most a human can manage? He sounded almost disappointed. God! Oh god. Oh god, he hurt him. Saito cried out as Amagiri struck his left arm. No, don't hurt my baby. Saito! Right, that's how I'm screaming on the inside. I was about to run up to him. Stay away. Yukimura, did you forget that you're the one they're after? If I allow this man to take you away, then I'll have failed my duty. Plus, I love you, goddammit. Just tell me you love me, I'll be okay. Oh. Very admirable. Must be that important if you're thinking of your boss's orders in a time like this. And I guess I'd be a real jerk. It'd be a real jerk move of me to go easy on you. Amagiri kicked the ground. Damn you. Saito tried to swing with one more decisive blow as Amagiri charged towards him, but even so, Amagiri saw right through him. And suddenly, before Saito could block, oh god, he threw an iron fist punch into him. He's gonna die. No, don't hurt my baby. Oh my god. I know he can't die. I know he can't die in his own route because then we wouldn't be able to play Edo Blossoms, right, in our follow-up. But I'm just saying, I don't like that he's getting hurt. It makes me scared even though I know it's okay. He ground his teeth and sweat dripped down his forehead. The pain he was feeling had to be incredible. Had Amagiri's blow broken his arm? Probably. But he ran toward Amagiri, his sword held high, and defiance burning in his eyes, because he loves us, he's gonna protect us. Reckless. He battled Saito's attacks aside, one after another, as calmly as if he were waving away flies. Saito was in bad shape. He looked tired, and though he had managed to ignore the pain, his arms still clearly hurt him. If he didn't gain the upper hand, and quickly, he'd lose to his own fatigue. Oh God. Oh God, guys, I don't. No, this is not good. This is, guys. I don't know what to do because I don't want to, like, fuck it up. You could win. I mean, yeah, but no, but also retreating might be better because they need more help at the temple. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is bad. We're at the end and I don't want to fuck it up. I don't think... But telling him you could win would be like having faith in him, right? But then let's retreat would be the smart thing to do, plus the temple not the temple, the magistrate's office or whatever. I'm just afraid that if we say you could win, he's gonna die. He could, but okay, I feel like we have to go the safe option to save him. Like, we've already got our romance up, so we don't need to worry about him being like, you believed in me. I don't want you to die. I'm more concerned about that. And I feel like we need to go and go to the magistrate's office, and you can't do that if you're dead, and you can't love me if you're dead. Saito, we have to retreat. Saito. I know it's Saito. I know. Every time I'm like, but I can't. I just said it too fast, but retreat. He frowned. Although he was a man of few words, Saito took things, such as missions and orders very seriously. To him, a retreat would be an incredible disgrace. But they're waiting for you to come back. I know you don't want to, but you have to retreat. If you keep fighting here, then what will happen to Inoue and Yamazaki? Those words seemed to hit the mark. Saito stopped and then slowly lowered his sword, his breathing heavy. I am kind of so glad that his path was the first one we went down. Because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, he was kind of like... He was one of the few in the very beginning that stood out. It was like him and Okita, but Okita was kind of a dick, and he was like a little bit more quiet and nice, and he's just cute. And then he actually is like... I don't know. He's a marshmallow. But he's like a marshmallow with very few words. Like, I do what and then why do you love me? I don't know, but it's okay. Like, and we made him a snow bunny. There's always a special place in my heart for the first ones, like, that we go down. Saito stopped and then slowly lowered his sword, his breathing heavy. Oh! Not that we needed it, but Spacey did something good. But that doesn't change anything because we're already in full bloom, right? Like, it doesn't... I think you hit full bloom and that's it, right? Full bloom. Plus. I wish it would give you, like, a percent. Be like 100. 120%. Yeah! So, anyway. That was a good option. Okay, so that was good. So... Okay. I understand. What is needed of me now is not to kill this man, but to protect the Shinsengumi. Right! That's right! Emmy. My apologies. Don't apologize to me, sweetie. You're gonna be... Plus, I want you to live, so I'm just saying. His voice was quiet. Who are you guys? Why are you always getting in the way of the Shinsengumi? I believe, in the past, I had already told you that we were members of a demon clan. How much of the history of demons do you know? What? Long before humans began living in Japan, there were the demon clans across the country. Like dragons? He's like, seriously? And you're like, but you have horns like a dragon. You're scaly too. Gross. However, as humans started taking over, we were driven out of our villages and pushed into hiding throughout the various mountains. She had told me something about this. Sen had told me something about this before. The demon clan asked time and time again for aid from the dominion of man, And time again, men turn them down. Chikage Kazama, the head of the Kazama family, is attempting to use this most recent commotion in the human world. He wants to reunite the fractured clans. He wants to return this country to the rule of demons. No! And you share his intentions and desires? Amagiri shook his head. I see nothing wrong with remaining hidden from the world. I have no wish to leave my mark on history. I would much rather live in peace. Then you're going about that wrong. The Satsuma domain commands my loyalty and my skill only as repayment for debts incurred in the aftermath of Sekigahara? Sekigahara? Sekigahara. Sekigahara. Nothing more. Battle of Sekigahara. Sekigahara. The battle in which the Eastern Army led by Ieyasu Tokugawa defeated the Western Army led by Misunari Ishida, and the ultimate result of this battle was the rise of the Tokugawa shogunate. Mm-hmm. In truth, I care little for Kodo and Kazama's designs. What? What does my father have to do with any of this? Don't tell me father is like Kazama. Did he really want to create a world of demons, just like Kazama? Is that all? I'm not interested in letting you buy any more time. If you have something to say, say it. His eyes had narrowed to angry slits, as opposed to happy ones, or appalled one. He smiled. Out of respect of your skill, I'll let you leave. With a small shudder, Amagiri's horns disappeared and his hair changed back to its normal human color. What? I don't approve of Kazama's selfish machinations, and I pity the woman he intends to use to see his plans come to fruition. That would be me! I wasn't sure what to think of Amagiri. It didn't seem that his intention was to be kind to us, and yet he was allowing Saito and his men, and myself, to leave. At the very least, it seemed, he had some sense of justice. I know he can go down Chikage's route, right? But I'm, concerned about that, because we're going to basically be forsaken, fuck Shinsengumi, going with the bad guy, and it's going to be we're going to be bringing about, demons in the world. I'm I know we are one, but, I don't like that. And, our boys are going to have to come after us to, kill us, and they're going to be like, we have to kill you. And you're like, I know, I'm sorry, but it's just, I had to do this route. So I almost want to get that one over with, because I don't know, I don't know, it could be it's going to be good, because we're traitors now, but, it makes me sad at the same time. I don't know. Could you imagine Code realize if we were nah, I'm just going to kill Lupin and the others? No, we couldn't. I still feel guilty that we left with, Finis. Or, we were in Sholmes' route and we were ha ha ha, we're gonna go catch that thief Lupin. What? We can't do that! There's a code of silence going on in this house. You're in this mansion, you don't touch each other. No, this is not how this man harem works. But so it's gonna suck. It's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna kind of be painful. I don't know. At the very least, it seemed he had some sense of justice. Then it seems this fight is over. Yukimura, were there any men among the injured unable to walk? No, I don't think so. Then we make for the magistrate's office. Come with me. Right. We just turned to leave when he spoke one last time. Kazama is far stronger than me. You cannot possibly defeat him. A human will never be able to protect her for him. You should leave her. And with that, he disappeared into the night like silent mist. And he's like, I'm never going to leave you. Oh my god, say it. Saito stood stock still for several moments where Amagiri had disappeared, his gaze fierce. Come on, Saito, we need to go. He didn't seem to hear me. Saito? Are you alright? Did you get hurt? How could a man with no weapon... Huh? His voice was so quiet I could barely hear him. Oh my god, he's doubting himself. That's adorable. After several more seconds of silence, he slowly raised his head. It's nothing. We should return to the magistrate's office. As you said, there's no time to waste. Right. What had Saito been thinking? Saito. I know it's Saito. I keep saying, but I got so used to just kind of mumbling it that it's was he really all right? Pensive silence was nothing new for him, but I felt something different from him this time. Frustration, perhaps? As we ran back, the rustling of leaves resounded through the night streets. Stop. When we'd reached the hills, Saito stopped suddenly in his tracks. What's the matter? Oh. He watched as below the hill, the town of Fushimi was within eye distance from the top. The town of Fushimi was within eye distance from the top, and it was lit ablaze with a roaring flame. Look at him. That intense look on his face. Is that the Fushimi magistrate? I gasped at the sight. No! The Shinsengumi were protecting the magistrate, but now it was on fire? Inoue and Yamazaki were there. Oh my god. Did the Sasuma and Choshu men do this? Or was it our own men as they retreated? I could see a color of bitterness in Saito's, the well-being of his comrades. Wait, I could see a color of bitterness. I feel like that's missing something. Again, why do you let Tim fucking type this shit for you? If the Fushimi magistrate were to fall, then it would mean the Shinsengumi were now driven from the town they spent 4 years protecting. For Saito, a man who always held his duty to the Shinsengumi above all else, this must have been the most regrettable feeling just because the building burned to the ground, because I feel like that's the easiest way. They would have been like, why are we trying to take it? Why don't we just light it on fire? Because if it burns to the ground, then they have to leave, right? I mean, it's a building. Okay. I'm just curious as to that. I struggled to find meaningful words to say, so instead I just hung my head low. It doesn't mean we have lost yet. As long as the Shogunate and Shinsengumi are alive, and for as long as I'm a warrior, we shall certainly cross swords again. Next time. His expression warped, and I could swear that I could hear his teeth grinding. Saito took one last look down at the burning scenery of Fushimi below. Then... He's so pretty. Yukamura, we're going to head to Osaka Castle. The Supreme Commander, Lord Yoshinobu, Dr. Masumoto, Chief Kondo, and Soji will be there. I can only assume the commander, as well as our other men, will be there too. Follow me. Be sure not to fall behind. Right. Saito and I led the rest of his men towards Osaka Castle. No sooner than had we reached the base of the mountain, however, we encountered an enemy patrol. Ah! Several gunshots echoed through the forest. I wasn't sure if they were an actual attack or just a warning. It looks like we're surrounded. Ah! The crack of a gunshot sounded again. Closer this time, and I jumped. Calm down. If you make too much noise, they'll find us. You're right, whatever you say, baby. Right. I shrunk down as small as I possibly could and held my hands desperately over my mouth. The sun will set soon. Once it does, their guns will be useless. I'm sorry. The gunfire had scared me, but if I made too much noise, then I could endanger Saito and the other Shinsengumi. Eventually, the sun did set, and the forest fell into darkness. The gunshot slowed, then stopped. Suddenly, it was very quiet. If it says dark, I'm sure it will be hard for them to aim. And it will also take time for them to load their guns. It's time to move. Yes, let's go. We stepped out of the thicket we'd been hiding in and headed off down the mountain. Aha! We hadn't been walking for long when the guns started again, likely because of our footsteps. This time, however, they seemed to be shooting anywhere and everywhere, not directly at us. Can they even see us? It seems Saito had been right about the loss of precision once night had fallen. They could see shadows moving and hear our footsteps, but between the darkness and the trees, actually finding us was proving difficult. I might actually be able to join up with the rest of the men at this rate. Yes. Who do you plan to join exactly? Twice as many insects are still insects. It was him. Oh, it's Chikage, isn't it? Yeah. Damn it! This motherfucker! Like he smells me. It's gross. Be like, I gotta take a bath. I told you should let me take a bath. It's been a while, girl of Yukamura. Or rather, my soon-to-be wife. Ew! You still prefer the company of these weaklings? You! Of all the times we could have encountered Kazama, why now? I didn't realize I'd been frozen to the spot by stepped. They really need to motherfucking learn not to let Tim type this shit because this is not even like a missing word. This is missing half the sentence. I didn't realize I'd been frozen to the spot. Basically, that's supposed to be like until Saito stepped between Kazama and myself. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to say, but I shouldn't have to try to interpret English when I know English. But I feel like this could be in Japanese and I'd have just as much of a clue of what they're trying to say because Tim doesn't know how to motherfucking type. Tim is a terrible typist. Don't let him touch this shit. God. Like, stay back. As he spoke, Saito drew his sword. But, I said, stay back. Do what he says, girl. We listen to Daddy. That's so inappropriate. Gross. Okay, I need to take a minute to scrub my brain of that. No, we don't call him that. Gross. He's our master. We're a good dog. Good dog, back up! There was steel in his tone this time. There was steel in his tone. What? You think you'll fight me? Oh, this is wonderful. I came out here because I didn't want such a valuable female demon to die pointlessly in battle. I never expected to be challenged to a fight by some idiotic human. He chuckled again as he drew his own sword. Kazama's hair turned white. He looked almost godly, like a lion. Come to think of it, didn't you try to swing at me before? I was kind enough to let you go then. You're a fool because now I'm gonna finish it. No, you're not. You're not gonna touch my baby. It wasn't just how he looked, though. His desire to kill was fiercely radiating. Amagiri had said that Kazama was even more powerful than he was, and Saito had been clearly outmatched by Amagiri. Just watching from afar makes me understand that this man knew what he was talking about. Kazama possessed powers far beyond what even someone like Saito could hope to fight against. So why? Saito made the first move. He's not gonna let him take me because he loves me, goddammit. He's like, huh, my wife. And he's like, fuck you! That's mine! Aww! That's so cute! He's not fighting for her honor, he's fighting for his property. That's adorable. So old-fashioned, but it's cute. His sword raised high over his head, he charged forward and brought it down toward Kazama's right shoulder. But when the sword reached its destination, Kazama was simply gone. Saito snapped his head around, looking for his opponent. Behind you. Well. A silver blade flew through the night towards Saito. Okay, that hurt me. I know he's not gonna die, but holy fucking shit. I heard the horrible, wet sound of a blade passing through flesh, and blood spattered to the ground. Oh god, don't hurt my baby. Saito grunted and swung his sword back towards Kazama, but again he cut only air. The demon darted around behind him, his sword glistening with gore. Oh. No! Guys. God! Where blood dripped to the forest floor. I can't handle this. Saito ground his teeth, his eyes wide with pain, but he kept his feet and tried desperately to match Kazama's attack. But this foe was too fast, and as soon as Saito had found him, he disappeared or struck again. Don't bleed. No. No. No! Ah! Oh god! Guys, I know he's not gonna die, but I'm still scared about it. I'm still scared. The night air was filled with grunts of pain and the sickening hiss of steel through flesh. Oh god, look, he's all bloody! Every inch of his clothes was soaked in blood, but still Saito glared at Kazama with fiery hatred. You bastard! How dare you! Like, no one else is trying to fight either. They're all like, should we do something though? Like, we'll avenge our captain! Take this! Two of the men who'd been watching leapt toward Kazama and Saito fell back. Here's the thing, you're like, and somebody just comes up behind, right through his heart, like, what? Because you weren't paying attention, bitch. This is what we should do. We should sneak up behind him when he's about to attack Saito and just stab him through the heart, through the back, and be like, didn't know you liked it from behind, or some kind of, like, inappropriate fucking comment. Stab him and be like, what, bitch? In your face. Just stab him. No. You won't be. Oh, they're dead. Herc! Kazama's sword shimmered, and the two men fell to the ground. He didn't even blink. His skill with the sword was nothing short of superhuman. His blade moved too fast for my eyes to catch. 2 against 1, and this was the best they could manage. Humans are such fragile creatures. What? Something wrong? Do you hate me, perhaps? Saito said nothing and tightened his blood-stained hands around the hilt of his sword. Grah! This is protecting us. He ran toward Kazama, all of his strength behind this desperate attack. Oh god, baby, you're gonna die. Arrgh! Kazama's blade sliced across his body and blood rained down into the dirt. Oh no! This is what they showed at the beginning of the chapter, too. When you see the chapter thing come up and you see this in the background and you're like, oh god, this isn't gonna be good. I know he's not gonna die. I think I just need to keep saying that to make myself believe it, because I don't believe it. I think he's gonna die, but he can't die because then we wouldn't get the happy ending. But I'm seriously afraid, guys. Oh my god. He still stood, but blood loss and fatigue were taking their toll, and even I could see he was getting slower. But he's trying so hard. Nonetheless, his hands stayed clasped around his sword, even if his arms could no longer lift it. Even against Amagiri, he hadn't been beaten so completely. I know he had just told me to stay back, but... Saito! Please, you have to stop! I'll just go with him. Then he'll leave you and your men alone. What's this? The female demon is offering to help you. Perhaps you should take her up on that. You can struggle as much as you like, but you know as well as I do that you can't win. I know you're a fool, but you're not that much of one. If you just run away now and keep your mouth shut, then no one will know. All you have to do is tell your superiors that you were guarding the female demon, but you were overpowered and she was taken away. I looked up at Saito, my eyes pleading. Kazama's words were hardly subtle, but if Saito did leave me behind, I was sure no one would blame him. Someone would know. I would know. I don't surrender. Not to you. Not to anyone. I will protect her. And my men. With my hands. And with the sword. Protect them? Your body is broken. You can barely stand. This is just... I don't have the words. You can't win. We both know it. I'm giving you a chance to escape with your pitiful life. And you should take it. But Saito made no move to leave. His eyes burned with fury, even as the rest of him bled and slumped. I love burned with fury. They capitalized fury. We're not talking about the Furies. We're actually saying the word fury, so like it doesn't need to be capitalized. If I run now, then I'd be betraying something that's important. Aww. Tell me you love me, goddammit. He's got 2 sets of horns. That's gross. No, I don't like that. It's not attractive. I'm not a fan of the horn thing. Do we have horns? That's creepy. Why, if we're a demon, can we not, like, harness our demon powers and, like, do anything? Why haven't we been trying and, like, working on... I mean, I know we've been kind of been, like, blindsided left and right, so it's been difficult, but I feel like by now we should have had, like, some usefulness instead of being such a goddamn weakling. Like, you live with a Shinsengumi, you were attacked once, and you should be like, alright, I want to, like, hone my sword fighting skills, so somebody train me. Help me out so I'm a little bit better, so I'm not completely like, I have one, but I can't use it. Like, girl, he's about to murder your boyfriend. Stab that motherfucker. Be like, oh, I have something to say to you. Stab him. Like, I'm not killing you, a person. Like, I can't kill a person. You're not killing a person. You're killing a demon. It's different. It's okay. Oh, this is too rich. You'd betray something important, huh? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! He laughed as he drove his sword into Saito's body. Oh my god, guys. What is this important thing? Some pathetic excuse for pride? Whatever it is that you call honor? No, love. Oh my god, he'd be so dead. He'd be so fucking dead right now, guys. I can't. Answer me, human. What could possibly be important to someone of something as worthless and basic creature as you? Stop! Stop! He can't answer if you keep hurting him. I'll never be able to answer if you keep doing that. He no longer had even enough strength to lift his arms and block Kazama's attacks. Get in the way of him. Jump in front of him. I know you told me to stay back, but I'm gonna jump my fucking ass in front of him and be like, no, You fucking leave him alone. No! Please stop! I couldn't stand to just sit and watch, so I unsheathed my Kodachi. And I charged straight for Kazama. However, out of the way. Ah! Yeah, we're fucking useless. We should have trained a little bit. I'm just saying. God. I know they always write the carrot, but like, come on. I know they're stronger than us and everything, but we're a demon. We have nothing. We're fucking useless. We can't, like, tap into this rage and this passion for keeping him alive and, like, get demon with it. Like, we can't do anything. We're just fucking, we can heal. That's it. Like, that's our, we're the lamest demon ever. Why would he want to even procreate with us? We're, like, fucking lame. We're like Meg in fucking, like, Family Guy when they got, like, superpowers and she's like, look, I can grow my nails really long and scratch people. Like, that's how fucking lame our superpower. That's how lame we are as a demon. We're fucking lame, okay? We're lame. We suck. Kazama saw me in the corner of his eye and kicked me to the floor. I couldn't even buy Saito time. Just then I watched as Saito's body slumped and his body dropped to the ground. No. From here it seemed like he was still breathing. But at this rate, it's only a matter of time before he could lose enough blood to die. Then a tiny vial dropped from Saito's pocket, twinkling against his kimono. No. Oh no! That's... It was a bottle of the water of life. Don't do it. Oh my god, don't do it! Water of life, huh? Just what do you intend on doing with that? Saito lifted his bloody face to glare at Kazama. Don't do it, Saito. Then, obviously, I'm going to do this. With his last bit of strength, he grabbed the bottle. I'm pretty sure we should stop him. I'm pretty fucking sure we should stop. Although, I don't want to... Okay, this is a really shitty option because I don't... I feel like... Okay, if we go with him, there's no turning back because this is the chapter 5, right? But I think we have to stop him. I want him to live, but I don't want him to be a fear. I don't want him to do that stuff. We have to stop him. We have to stop him. He might die. That could be the bad choice. That could be what fucks us up. You don't need that serum. Even without the water of life, Saito, you're very strong. Oh. Oh. We got more romancy points with that. I'm so happy. I appreciate your trust in my swordsmanship, but in order to best the man in front of me, this is the only way. Saito popped the lid off the bottle and he gulped the contents of the bottle. So Eska's being like, no, don't do it! I love you too much to see you turn into that! I mean, no, but also I love you? Saito, no! I screamed so desperately it strained my throat. Oh god. The next instant, the scars all over Saito's whole body. Saito's whole body. Damn it, Tim! You're fucking up the last chapter! Began to regenerate. Oh god. I don't know, I can't make the grunting and panting noises. And then there stood a Fury, his hair shimmering white, but I like his bluey black color. Oh. And those dark blue eyes, and now they're red, and oh. He seemed surprised by the sudden changes on his body, but just seeing his cuts and gashes heal, he was renewed with a confident energy. The mere chance of victory against me is to turn yourself into an abomination? It appears you have no pride. Pathetic. Saito's expression didn't change. Hajime Saito became a fury after drinking the water of life. Oh. With a slow hand, he wiped the dried blood from his face, and when he spoke, his voice was quiet and calm. Although, Sanan has been, perfecting it, so... Say what you wish. I don't expect you to understand my sense of honor. If the Shinsengumi have chosen to protect her, then I'll carry out that duty, even if the cost of my success is my own humanity. He lifted his sword to a fighting stance. Oh my god, they're all going to be Furies, aren't they? Because, I mean, when we go down Sanan's path, we're going to be boning a Fury. And, like, I'm going to guess in Heisuke's path, maybe we can stop him from becoming Fury, but maybe you can't. I don't know. But this just seems to be like, I mean, we're a demon, so I guess, hey, we need, like, somebody who can handle us if we come into our full demon powers, right? It's like a vampire and, like, a human would not work. break some bones. I don't know. I'm just saying. That sort of attitude was just what I would have expected from Saito, but for him to become a fury simply because the Shinsengumi had ordered him to protect me was horrible. I turned him into a monster. Yeah, well, you are one too, so whatever. So you'll throw your life away for the whims of the Shinsengumi? Wonderful. You can't even think for yourself, can you? You're nothing more than a puppet. Perhaps I am. It doesn't matter. I can think of no better way to give my life than in the service of what I believe in. What you believe in? You mean those simple-minded Ronin so desperate to recapture the glory days? They'll go down with that laughable excuse for a shogun? What? Saito threw himself toward Kazama in the same breath, his words almost snarl. Ooh. I almost wish his eyes didn't go red, but they were like blue and like the glowing blue. That would be way intense, and I would just... The white hair I can deal with. I just want those glowing blue eyes. That's what I want. The demon deflected his attack with ease and smiled back. Shall I use small words for you? The shogunate is a rotting corpse, and this war will wash away the maggots like you that insist on clinging to its putrid flesh. That was really grossly descriptive, thanks for that. The minute you drank the water of life and turned fury, that sword you carry no longer has any meaning. Today's world is no place for that samurai nonsense about pride and honor. Shut up. He struck again and again, and it seemed that he had closed the gap between them, at least somewhat. Bit by bit, Saito's well-aimed blows drove Kazama back. The tension between them was almost palpable, like the air before a thunderstorm, because he's got something else other than honor on his side. He's got love, bitch. You just want to bone me? You have no love for me? He loves me. Different. Damn it. From time to time, Kazama landed a blow of his own on Saito, but those wounds closed almost immediately, thanks to his new fury blood. Didn't think you'd ever stoop so low as to become a fake. But it's nice that you can finally fight me with some real power. Makes it all the more enjoyable. No more babying you then. Are you ready to die, you worthless? Stabbed from behind. Just when Kazama shouted that, stop! A familiar voice echoed through the night. Amagiri, what are you doing here? Hey, you kind of spoil my fun? The Satsuma domain requires your presence. We must go. Mere humans dare to order me around? If they want me, they may come and get me. Be that as it may, you should return. We can ill afford a dispute with the Satsuma domain now. You know that as well as I. Damn them. I wonder if it is them, or if he's like, I'm just gonna wait. He snarled and slammed his sword back into its scabbard. It looks like I don't have the time to put you down right now. I'll leave my wife in your hands for now. I'm sure you'll be utterly useless either way, but do try and keep her alive. He will because he loves me. Fuck you. Someday soon I'll be back for her. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. I'm wondering if in the second game, so it's technically the second half of the full game, he comes back because, like, otherwise... And with that, he was gone. Magiri's face told me that he wanted to say something, but instead he turned and disappeared into the forest after his companion. Once again, we were plunged into silence. For several long moments, Saito stared after the two demons, saying nothing. Though I could sense a tumult of emotion behind that placid face, he betrayed none of what it might be. With a shrug, his white hair melted back to its original color, and the red went out of his eyes. God. We need to be off the mountain by morning, or I'll run into more trouble. His voice and manner were as they had always been, suggesting nothing of the ordeal he'd just been through, and his manner like, what the fuck just happened? None of your business! I felt my heart rise to my throat, and I turned away before the sight of him made me burst into tears. Right. Sanan and Heisuke had already given up their humanity to become Furies, and now Saito had joined them. My heart felt like lead. You still love him, girl. Don't be racist. I can't love you because you're not a samurai anymore. Final chapter! Fuck! Guys. But look, it's definitely giving us the we're on his path thing. Anyway, So this is at a good stopping point, so I'm going to stop here. I'm concerned because we may only get like 1 to 2 more parts left, and that'll bring us up to what, maybe 15? And then, yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what happens. We will see if you guys have left comments of who you want to see next, or if I just kind of, I don't know. We'll see. I'm partial at the moment, because you guys haven't seen any of these at all, of going down the route of someone that I like, one of the people that I find at the bottom of the list. Like, there's a ton that are at the top, like, whoa, these guys, woohoo, you know. I do feel like maybe we should go down. I don't know if we should go down more of the Shinsengumi routes before we, decide to be a douche weasel and go down the bad guys route. But I did see a suggestion that Hijikata should be last, but I mean, I don't really care. That one, I think it's a longer, so it's one of the longer ones, so I don't mind whenever we do that. I'm thinking that we should mix in maybe the people, like I said, that I don't find as appealing, that are kind of like, meh, to me, at the bottom of the list, every now and then, just to kind of, I want to say get them out of the way, but just because otherwise we save them for the end, it won't be as fun. It'll be like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'm just going through the motions. But I feel like if we mix them in, it'll be a difference. So we'll see who you guys kind of suggest, if you guys have seen a couple of these episodes. Obviously, by the time you're getting to this, I've already probably recorded all of the next path by now, but you've left feedback. Hopefully I've seen it. Otherwise, we'll start doing the suggestions after the fact. I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. Current me doesn't know what future me is going to do, and future me is going to do whatever future you guys suggest. Hopefully we get there anyway. Anyway, we'll figure it out. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.